where the wrong decision will turn that win into a loss, and the right decision will turn that loss into a win. My name is Matt. Got the awesome co-host Kyle here today, and we've got a game on live right now. The Patriots against the Jaguars. Doug Peterson probably coaching for his job. Some interesting decisions being made though by New England, specifically on their last touchdown. Like, you're down 9. Why did you go for 2? Just kick the extra point instead of, missing the 2-point conversion and leaving it a 2-possession game. That was kind of dumb.
That was kind of dumb. Definitely kind of dumb. Give us a like and subscribe. We're here to take all your questions live. You got any of those last minute decisions to make there? You're not sure. You want a second opinion on any, roster dilemma for that matter. Hit us up in the chat. We're here for you. We'll answer every question. We'll leave no question unanswered. Just the same thing. Means the same. I said it 2 different ways. So
yes, we're living up to the name of our show today. Again,
we are today. Sunday. We are.
We got Dubo in the chat. Game day. Let's go. What's going on, brother? It's going to be a long afternoon for you, son. But first, inactives. What's going on that front?
Yeah, not too much of a surprise there. Jonathan Taylor, Jerome Ford, and Titans Will Levis and Tajay Spears are both out as well. Kenneth Walker's in, Aaron Jones is in, Pittman's in, Downs is in. A lot of players that were questionable are going to play, so hopefully it'll help your team out today. But yeah, shoot your questions in the chat. We will help you. I don't think there's any weather issues today other than being a little windy in Tennessee, is it?
No, over in Buffalo. Sustained winds around 15 miles an hour, gusts to about 25. That'll only really affect the longest of kicks or the deepest of deep pass attempts. Anything else, really, it's no concern whatsoever. And we've got some games with some totals on the board today too.
Yes, we do. Seahawks, Falcons, 51.5. Panthers, Commanders is 51. Who else? Tomorrow, Ravens, Bucks is up to 50. And then the game that me and Matt and Dubo are most excited about, Lions Vikings, is a total of 50.5. I'm very excited about that game. Some news came out. Inactives for the Lions. Guard Kevin Zeitler's out, which, you don't care about that in fantasy so much, but indirectly, it could cause problems for somebody like a David Montgomery. But Graham Glasgow is a great backup, and I'm not too worried.
Nope, I'm not either. Dubo's got a question in the chat. We confident in Brian Robinson Jr. today or Jordan Mason? Both of them hurt. Of those two, considering they're both playing late, I would put in Brian Robinson. If he's out, I'm pivoting to Mason. That Chiefs run defense has been pretty damn good this season. Whereas the Carolina run defense, I think if Brian Robinson is in, he's going to have himself a pretty good day.
Yeah, it's Brian Robinson all day for me. Carolina allows the most points to running backs in fantasy. 12 rushing touchdowns, another one through the air. The 12 rushing touchdowns is the most in the league. And, with Jordan Mason and the Niners, they run a lot of those. What am I trying to say? Their zone runs. That's not the word for it, Matt. What's the word I'm looking for? Thanks, Matt. Already, those zone rushes that San Francisco is famous for running, that they run, 60% of the time. The Chiefs, their run defense is great. It's also the best against those type of rushes, allowing just 2.7 yard carry on those outside runs.
Somebody's a little too stoned on sports this morning.
Yep.
Hope that answers your question, Dubo. You know what? Why don't we talk a little bit about that Lions-Vikings game? I know we're both excited for it. You mentioned the total is sitting at 50.5 over on DraftKings. The Vikings are a 1.5 point favorite there. And this is a game, and really you can say this about any games, but I could see a very wide range of outcomes. I could see this game being played in the 60s, and I could see it being something like 21-17. This is going to be
at this week. Huh.
what's that?
It's a deja vu. You've already said that this week. You said that Thursday.
Yeah. Do you
Give
mind
our
if I
viewers
finish my
something
thought?
new and hip, Matt. No, just messing with you.
Should I just sit here and say,
Well, thanks
what's
for
that
helping me
run
on
type?
the.
They're gonna hand the ball to the back, and then he's gonna run to the side, and then he's gonna run forward. No.
Anyway, thanks for helping out your co-host there. You knew what I was trying to say, and you just
I have
left
no
me
idea
hanging,
what you're
so
talking about.
whatever, dick. Anyway, this is a great show so far.
It is. Anyways, this is going to be the best offensive line that the Vikings face likely all season long, even with the absence of Kevin Zeitler. I mentioned on Thursday about how the Vikings rush defense looks really good on paper, but there's some interesting context there as far as, playing with a lead and nobody really being given a large amount of volume other than Jordan Mason. Justin Jefferson, the dude's got over 1,000 yards in 8 career games against the Lions. I mean, you can just pencil him in for 100 and probably a touchdown today. Jordan Addison, again, same thing. Not the track record, but that Detroit pass defense is kind of rough. Brian Branch, though, has been a bright spot on the back end there. And for
Kirby
those of you
Joseph as well.
Yeah, and for those
Second
of
in
you
the
in
league in
IDP
interceptions.
leagues, I'm sure you're very pleased with Branch's performance. And Kyle, you're one of those people.
I am. It's great. Love it. Yeah. Last week and this week, he was the highest projected IDP in our league. And actually, him and Max Crosby were the highest projected IDP players. I roster them both. So your boy knows what he's doing sometimes. Anyway.
You were froze with like this dipshit look on your face, like you were thoroughly confused,
Nice.
couldn't hear you. It was funny.
Nice. Let's see. Our bias aside, Burrow or Sam Darnold today?
Darnold.
Yeah. The Lions are like what, third most against quarterbacks, fourth most, something like that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Let me look at this site on the internet.
I'm wrong.
No, they're bottom 10, or they allow the 11th most.
Yeah, okay.
Per game. The Browns allow the 14th most, and it's a difference of like half a point per game. I think the back end of that Browns defense is likely better than the back end of Detroit's defense. And you want to factor in the Bengals are on the road, whereas Sam Darnold is going to be there in his friendly confines up there in the Twin Cities. I'm going to go with Darnold. I think there's going to be more points scored in that game as well. And how are they going to get there? It's not running the ball against Detroit. Yeah, I get Hutch is gone, but at the same time, like, that's still a damn good rush defense.
It is. It definitely is. And Minnesota's rush defense is excellent as well. So expect a lot of damn passes in this game. I don't want Goff to have to throw 35 times. I'd rather him only throw about 27, 28 times a game. But he's probably going to be in the mid 30s today.
I think so too.
Darnold as well.
Yeah, the path to victory for either team is going to lie through the air.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. And yeah, Justin Jefferson, his last 4 games is something like 142 yards, 103. I think there's a 179 yarder in there. Ugh.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Another game of note in that 1 o'clock window, Kyle, one you're heavily invested in, is that Packers Texans game.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of points scored in that. 2 young quarterbacks, very exciting offenses, good pieces all around. And, it's in Green Bay. Weather's going to be good there. Thank God. But Houston's missing a bunch of pieces on defense, a couple linebackers, their cornerback Lannister, and Jimmy Ward, their safety. are all out today, including Blake Cashman there. Or no, that's Minnesota. My bad. You mix up so many teams when you're trying to think of it all together there. But I think Jordan Love could have a damn good game with those pieces missing there for Houston. But I wouldn't count Stroud and company out. I have a team where I roster Stroud, Mixon, and Nico, and it was a gamble this year, and we'll see if it works. Of course, Nico is, of course, on IR, but I can't wait for him to get back. And I picked up Kyron in a trade this week, Kyron Williams in a big trade this week, and Amari Cooper got traded, who was just kind of rotting away on my bench. So I'm very excited about that here, what him and Josh Allen can do here in a couple weeks once they're locked in.
Yeah, Dubo with another question. Brandon Ayuk or Josh Downs in a full PPR?
God. You think you should go with Ayuk. It's a better offense. The quarterback play in a passing sense is better for Ayuk. I just hate it against the Chiefs. I am starting him in a league due to I just don't have any other better options. And with bye weeks and things. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, the Chiefs defense is just so good. They lost L'Jarius Sneed, and they're still damn good against wide receivers. Give me Downs this week.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ayuk. I just don't trust AR as a passer, quite frankly. And until he proves otherwise, like Josh Downs is a big downgrade when AR is in versus Flacco. So I'm going to go with Ayuk. And we got Jack's house in the comments here. He needs serious help. Sit one out of Diggs, Evans, AJ Brown, or Terry McLaurin. Who is the odd man out?
Who does who the Bucks play again?
The Ravens on Monday. I think I'm going to sit Mike Evans. AJ Brown has a good matchup against the Giants. Diggs going into Green Bay. We just got done talking about that game. I think there's going to be some points scored there. And Terry McLaurin going up against the Panthers defense was never even a consideration to sit. I mean, the man has, I believe, the most air yards in all of football. To me, Mike Evans is the odd man out there. And I think we're seeing this year too. I know we kind of touched on it last year and before this season. Chris Godwin is really taking over that alpha role in the offense, even though he's working out of the slot. And now it's Mike Evans is 1A to Chris Godwin's 1.
Yeah, it does. And it's tough. Baltimore has given up a ton of points to wide receivers. But I'll go with Matt. That's the right call. It's tough. Mike Evans,
it's a good problem to have
there, but it is. I mean, it's like, man, could I please start all four of these guys? Please, please, please. But I agree.
Good luck.
Good question, man. Yeah. We're here every Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern, taking these last minute questions, and also every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern live as well. With our waiver show on Tuesday, start sit show on Thursday. Every show, we'll still take all your questions live. Anything more about what did you have thoughts about Packers Texans?
It's one of the higher totals on the board today. I think this is a game that could shoot out and end up being played in the 50s. Both of those offenses are more than capable. Both of those defenses have their areas of weakness, be they caused by injury or just overall, we'll call it talent, player limitations, whatever they may be. And both of those offenses are good enough to take advantage of those deficiencies. I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Joe Mixon come back and announced his presence with authority last week. I think he's going to carry that over this week as well. I think he could end up close to 100 scrimmage yards with a decent chance to find the end zone. Obviously you're going to want to fire Jordan Love up if you got him, or he might be a decent play in DFS, might end up being a little bit chalky just because of all those injuries. But at the same time, he's got a really good set of wide receivers out there with fucking, I don't know why I just dropped the F bomb there.
Nah.
Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs, and Christian Watson, and Tucker Kraft is a solid tight end. I could use him coming through for me today. I think it's be a fun game to watch this early window. Really going up and down the board today. There's a lot of interesting games. Some games that should have some points scored. You don't have these great teams going against some scrub ass teams. You look at the late window, Chefs and 49ers, Commies and Panthers. Like, those are a couple nice matchups. Now the matchup tonight is likely going to be, a snoozer, like Jets Steelers. Come on. I don't give two shits if Russell Wilson is back or not. But
Well, I guess
Devontae
we'll see
Adams,
if
he's paired
yeah.
back up with one of the biggest narcissists allegedly on the planet, and Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Immunity Protocol. We'll see if their chemistry picks right back up.
Yeah, the greatest little tidbit I saw on Reddit the other day was that Aaron Rodgers got his binky back.
Mm-hmm.
Got his
God,
pacifier back. I'm like, that's a good one.
Tank Bigsby, 26 for 117 and 2 touchdowns today.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
That dude,
I know,
really showing up.
Yeah, and he's entered the week at 7.2 a carry, leading the league, and now he just had another great outing. So, he is coming up, buddy. He is coming up.
You've been saying that for a couple of weeks.
Seahawks Falcons is another 51.5 total high scoring game there for the 1:00 slate. Kenneth Walker was dealing with an illness, came up on the injury report yesterday, in fact, but is active and going to play. So hopefully he just had the shits or something like that, or they hooked him up to an IV all night or something. So he's good to go now. But the Falcons seem to be turning a corner. Offense seems to be getting a little bit better than it was in the first couple weeks of the season. And I like them at home against the Seahawks today. They are favored -3 on DraftKings. How do you feel about this game shaking out fantasy wise?
I think it's going to be a good one. Kirk Cousins and Drake London are really starting to show some chemistry, and Darnell Mooney as well. You can tell things are starting to click there. We saw a big game from Tyler Algier last week. I don't necessarily think it's a good idea to go chasing last week's points this week with him. But at the same time, he does have a role. And if you need to start him in a standalone spot, you can do so. He's a mid-tier flex option. That's fine. The Seahawks, you mentioned KW3 with the Hershey squirts or whatever it was that he had. DK Metcalf is always in play. Jackson Smith and Jigba has really emerged this year. I think a lot of people were looking for that from him, myself included. I don't have him anywhere, but we saw the talent there when he was at that shitty school in Ohio, and he took a back seat to Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf last year, but this year he's looking good, man. And Geno Smith leading the damn league in passing. Like, they've really opened things up over there in Seattle compared to years past when you had Pete Carroll and Shane Waldron there as the OC. And that was something that, we identified there in the offseason. Not that, that this was like some great revelation that, hey, things may open up, but still at the same time, like, we're starting to see that come to fruition.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot more three wide receiver sets in the new offense there. And Waldron was running a lot of heavy tight ends, double tight end sets. And you got these 3 receivers there, Metcalf, Lockett, and JSN. It just wasn't working out. So you've seen it flourish a bit this year. And Geno looks good again this year because of it.
Do you have any concern? It seems like over the past couple of his outings, Ken Walker has been doing more damage through the air than on the ground. Do you think
Mhm.
that's a trend that's likely to continue, or do you think they're going to be able to get things going there,
Yeah,
running the ball?
I think it's a continuation of the offensive changes as well, getting him some more looks in the air, and getting that offensive line some time to gel and get things together in the run game. It can take some time. It's kind of pretty much past that time now here in week 7, but I think that they will. Ken Walker's a hell of a good running back. And I believe in that coaching staff out there. I'm definitely a Mike McDonald guy,
Oh
Michigan
yeah,
man, Mike McDonald. uh, sure,
yeah.
sure, we can build
What
a
do you say
lineup.
we build a little lineup here? Let me get logged into the Kings of Draft. Let me get a contest selected.
Oops, I hit the casino. That's not what I wanted.
God
I'll
damn it.
try and win him. Try and win $1 million today. Oops.
No, I don't want the
Where is the
fucking
$1 million
casino.
thing? Is it already gone in full?
I
What the
don't know.
hell? Oh man.
I gotta do the stupid 2FA. Dubo, we know this is really enthralling content here.
Yeah. Super enthralling.
Did you get your hat?
Oh yeah, that's right. Dubo, thank you for supporting
So we
us
got a
by
question
buying
here in the chat. Hey, it's ATM. Start one. George Pickens, Amari Cooper, Jalen Waddle. I'm going with Amari Cooper. In his first, when he got traded from the Raiders to Dallas in his first game, he went like 3 for 58, something like that. Jalen Waddle
that
has
seems
kind of been
off.
a non-entity, but look for business to pick back up next week. And George Pickens, no, I'm not starting him.
Yeah, if you saw our Thursday show, we he was definitely one of our sits. Pickens was, and we tore it up on him. I definitely wouldn't do that. It is tough choosing Amari. Being on the team for just a few days. That this is who you should go with in fantasy. It's rough, but I'm going to lean that way too.
Yeah, and he
You know,
says he's got him in already. He was just kind of concerned about possible snap count. So, no, I think go with what you got right now. I think he's the best option of the three.
yeah, hang on to him too. When he got traded to Dallas, there's some a few years ago. I mean, they were 3-4 on the season, and he got traded there. That first game back, Matt said he went 3 for 58. They lost that game, but after that, they won 5 straight in the next 7 of 8. I think he's really going to change, upgrade that offense in Buffalo, and be a top 10 receiver the rest of the way.
Yeah, appreciate you stopping by, man. Good luck. We got Aiden Lee, Devin Singletary, Tyrone Tracy, or Jalen Waddle in a PPR.
So which New York Giant running back do you want to choose? You give it Tyrone's look pretty good, but Singletary's back now. I think you got to go with him.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle, like we just mentioned here a moment ago, hasn't really done squat with whatever bag of bones the Dolphins have thrown out there at quarterback. Singletary and Tracy, yes, Tracy has done enough to earn himself a role, but we don't really know just how much of a role that's going to be. Until I see otherwise, I'm operating under the impression that Devin Singletary is still going to lead that backfield. And for that reason, that's why I'm going to roll with him.
Yep. Same.
Good luck, Aiden. We got Tano, start two, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jordan Addison, Devontae Adams.
Ooh. I want to go Devontae for sure. He's going to get a full line of work there, and he's just going to get peppered with targets over and over and over again. I kind of want to lead towards Addison, but I'm gonna go Junior and Devontae Adams.
So I'm going to go with Addison and Devontae Adams. The Chargers
Yeah,
allow the fifth fewest points to wide receivers.
that's true.
Granted, there's some game context in there as well. But that Vikings Lions game, the Lions secondary has struggled so much this season. Justin Jefferson, and rightly so, is going to draw a lot of attention. And I think that's really going to open things up for Addison. He's going to be one-on-one quite a bit today, and he's got the ability to beat pretty much any cornerback in the league going one-on-one. Not to say that Harrison Jr. can't, but he's going to be more the focal point of that defense in terms of the passing game, where Addison is just not going to draw that kind of attention. Devontae Adams is Devontae Adams. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer going to play again with the quarterback that really helped put him on the map and get him going. So, yeah, those are the two to go with.
Heck yeah. Good luck. Thanks for the sub. Aiden's back with another question. Just got offered Kamara and Harrison for AJB and Josh Jacobs. Do I take it?
That's a good one.
That's a pretty good.
I kind of like AJ Brown and Josh Jacobs a little bit better. With Marvin Harrison, we're not you're not seeing the consistency yet. You've seen the upside, you've seen the blow up potential, but we've also seen him, I don't want to say get shut down, but just he's got a lower floor than AJ Brown, and their ceilings are very, very similar. Josh Jacobs and Kamara. Now with Rashid Shaheed out for the year, Olave is going to become the focal point of that passing offense, but Kamara is going to be heavily involved. We just saw the other day, while he didn't necessarily have the greatest game in terms of his box score, when you have 6 grabs for 11 yards, that's 7 PPR points right there to go along with, whatever he does on the ground. I don't know. It looks like you're in a PPR league there. Josh Jacobs, while he doesn't catch as much out of the backfield, can certainly do so. And I trust that Packers offense more than I trust the Saints offense. If you've been around for a while, you'll know really neither one of us are big fans of Derek Carr. And we saw that offense really start to go downhill after their first 2 big blow-up games of the season. I'm going to stick with A.J. Brown and Josh Jacobs there.
Yeah, I totally agree. Took the words out of my mouth. I like the situations there in the offense a lot better. The Nolans. Tano, subscribe. Great advice, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Here every Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And, of course, now 12 p.m. Eastern every Sunday, taking your last-minute questions. Nice. All right, Martin. Martin, welcome to the show. Start Josh Downs or Marvin Harrison?
Oh, this is a no-brainer.
Josh Downs.
What? No. Marvin. Yeah.
It just said, yeah. Marvin Harrison.
Yes. Marvin Harrison for sure, Martin. Absolutely. Now, we got Chris down here. Devon Achane. Where in the hell did it go? There it is. Devon Achane or Brian Robinson Jr.
I'm going B-Rob. I just love the matchup against Carolina. They allow a ton of fucking points to running backs.
Yeah, Achane's got a good matchup going against the Colts as well. I'm going to say Achane for ceiling because he can go out there and you give him 12, 15 carries. He can get 150 yards off of that and take 2 of them to the house. I like Achane for ceiling. Robinson, I think, has the higher floor today.
Yeah. Good call. Good call, sir. Good question there.
Good luck, Chris. Appreciate you stopping by. What the hell were we going to do? Oh, we were going to build a lineup, weren't we? While we wait.
I don't care. We can do it. We'll just monitor the chat here and figure it out. Yeah, like the $1 million deal is gone. That's stupid.
Dude, what the F? It's not letting me enter anything. It's being dumb. Now I have to sign in again.
Well, mine's working just fine. Maybe it's an operator error.
No, not really.
Yeah, if anybody's located in a area or state or whatever that does a DFS, we are going to build a little lineup here while we wait for questions to filter
I can
in.
the same shit you did. Sorry, you're off our grid. Try again
Yeah,
later.
it screwed up on me earlier. You gotta love it. You really, really gotta love it. Of course, now I'm all messed up here.
Way to go.
Tano is back. Harrison Jr. and Stevenson trade for Kamara. I would probably do it. You're getting the best fantasy player out of that right now.
Yeah, and Ramondre, I mean, we're talking he's been a lower end RB2 this year. I don't know where exactly he is in scoring, but why don't I just look real quick? He's been the RB 27.
Yeah.
So just outside the top 24, you're giving him up. And then where in the hell is Marv at? He's the wide receiver 27.
Of course he is.
Yeah,
I'm doing
Kamara is the RB1 in PPR. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that trade. Give me the RB1. Like we were mentioning earlier, like even if his overall box score doesn't look great, he catches a lot of balls.
He does. Yep. He still has what? He's got Devontae and Addison still on his team for wide receivers, so that's solid. I could go with Devontae as a wide receiver 1 and Addison as my 2 if I had to.
Sure. All right. We got Dylan.
Welcome
back, Dylan. He needs the upside play here at QB, full PPR. Anthony Richardson against the Dolphins or Baker Mayfield against Baltimore. It's do or die win for his season. I'm going to tell you this, dude. Running quarterbacks are always going to have the highest ceiling, period.
Yeah.
It's a cheat code at the position. But, let me get his jabroni.
If you need the upside play, yeah, you should go with AR. But Baker leads the league in touchdowns, I believe. And God, Baltimore lets everybody pass on him. This is not the Baltimore Ravens defense that we've been used to seeing, the last decade.
Yeah, he's played 2 decades. He's played 4 games. Anthony Richardson. He has 6, 4, 8, and 3 attempts for, I don't know, a little over 100 yards and 1 touchdown. So he's not running as much as he has in the past. 10-3, 10-2 last year, but he left those games early, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go against conventional wisdom, Dylan, and I'm going to tell you to start Baker Mayfield. Baltimore has been susceptible there in the secondary. Baker, his second year there with the team, granted the offense is a little bit different, but he's still got the chemistry with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and now they've got a 3-headed monster there in the backfield to kind of help take the pressure off. I'm going to go with Baker, dude. As crazy as it sounds.
Yep.
AR, I can't trust him.
Yeah. I hope you got a Godwin there to stack there. God, that'd be great. But yeah, Baker's looked great. Good luck, Dylan. Neil, how you doing? David Montgomery, Josh Jacobs, or Jamison Williams in the flex?
What are you thinking, buddy?
I'm curious if it's PPR or standard.
Let's assume that it's PPR.
I'm going JMO then against Minnesota, the team that gives up the most points to wide receivers.
It's half PPR.
He
just replied.
Still going JMO.
I'm going to go with Josh Jacobs. Give me the volume. JMO, obviously we know what the upside there is. He can take any ball to the house. But in a situation like this, half PPR, JMO isn't a volume passing play anyways. Now if he said, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Wandale Robinson, something like that, it might be a little bit different. I'm going to go with
Maybe.
Jacobs. I think he's going to get the most volume out of the three.
Good luck, Neil. Daniel Caps, welcome to the show. Needs 2 in a PPR. HN, Pollard, Mason, and Monty. Pollard's definitely one for me against Buffalo and the way that they give up points to running backs and a PPR. He's going to catch some passes too. Tajay Spears is out. Who's the second guy, Matt?
This is a tough one. I'm going to say Achan if you need ceiling, because I think Pollard is going to give you a nice floor today.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for just a couple real solid plays, I'm going to go with Jordan Mason. We understand that Kansas City has a pretty tough run defense. So do the Vikings. And Jordan Mason went 20 for 100 in his game earlier this year against the Vikings. He's shown that he can get it done. He does have the AC joint issue, but it's really just a pain tolerance thing. But he carries no injury designation coming into play today. So that means they're going to be firing his ass up. Those are my thoughts.
So you mentioned Mason put up what he did against Minnesota. No chance in Monty doing that? I mean, of course there's a chance, I guess, but
no, because I don't think he's going to get 20 carries.
20 carries.
I think he can average close to 5 a carry. I just don't think he's going to get the requisite number of carries to hit the century mark.
Good call. Excellent. Good thought process there. Good luck, Daniel Caps. If you haven't, give us a like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. It's free. Don't cost you a thing. We would love it. Heck yeah. Any more questions we will take pretty much up till there are no more, or 1 o'clock, or whenever the hell we want to get out of here. We still have trying to do a DFS lineup if anybody's interested in tailing that.
Yeah.
If you happen to live in a state with DFS or an area with DFS, I know we have international. Man, we used to have that guy that was in here all the time for, what is he, from Germany or something?
Yeah.
We
got a couple more here in the chat. Tyler Sperry, Jordan Love, or Jalen Hurts?
Love that rushing upside with Hurts. Really do. Really love against. I really love against a beat up Houston's defense though too.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jordan Love.
Yeah,
in this one.
Steven.
Do you agree?
Yeah, Love is good.
Oh.
Love is good. Better than hate. Steven, welcome to the show. Thoughts on a couple spots. Full PPR, Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown, Josh Downs, Najee, McConkey, or Pickens. I think Pickens is a definite scratch.
Yep.
Like McConkey is too. Jacobs definitely is a start.
And then it comes down to Chase Brown, Josh Downs, or Najee Harris.
Probably Najee in a PPR is not so great.
Nope. So we got Downs or Brown.
What you think?
I don't trust Josh Downs with Anthony Richardson. I just can't.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. Chase Brown, like his volume has been increasing as the season has gone on. It's a definite trend there. I'm going to go with your 2 running backs there, Jacobs and Chase Brown.
Excellent. Good luck, Steven. Daniel Caps, another question. Is it smart to use McBride in my flex instead of another running back? He has Bowers in his tight end. I love Bowers today. I've done it.
I wouldn't start McBride over Tony Pollard today. I wouldn't start McBride over Achan. I would hear an argument for starting him over Mason.
Okay. Kevin, welcome to the show. Pollard or Kenneth Walker?
Oh, wow. Now that's a good problem to have. In a vacuum, I'm going to go with Ken Walker. At the end of the day, I think the Seahawks have a better chance of winning their game than the Titans do against the Bills. And Pollard, I mean, there's a chance he gets a game scripted out.
There is. That's a good chance. Very good chance.
I don't see that happening with Ken Walker.
Yeah. And Pollard's been getting plenty of touches, but yeah, if he gets game scripted out, that's rough. I think Ken Walker will easily touch the ball 18 to 20 times today. Good stuff.
Bingo.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen, with your matchups.
We got Glenn. Glenn is in the house. Full PPR. He needs one from Tucker Kraft, Rashad White, Kamani Vidal, or Noah Brown. Somebody is scraping the bottom of the damn barrel. We have all been there, brother, but you are in the right place. We're going to get you the answer that you need. And we're going to start off by saying it's not Noah Brown.
Nope.
Don't think it's Kamani Vidal. They're just continuing to feed J.K. Dobbins out there, even in the absence of Gus Edwards. Like Vidal scored that touchdown, but he only had like 6 touches. Rashad White, we know what he is, but that backfield, I think, is going to turn into a 3-headed monster with Rashad White likely getting relegated to a lot of the passing down work just because that's where he's at his best. I think I'm going to go with Tucker Kraft today.
Yeah.
It's a PPR. You know, we've mentioned a couple times that Texans defense is really beat up today. And Kraft is somebody who has been pretty consistent in his targets, regardless of the situation with the wide receivers there in Green Bay. There should be plenty of points scored in that game as well. I think of those 4, he has the best chance of finding the end zone. And when you're dealing with a situation like this, that's almost what you need to search for is just, all right, who's going to fall in the end zone for me?
Yep. Good call. Good call. Houston has been tough against tight ends this season, but with, a couple injuries to linebacker and safety, I think it's a great call. Good luck, Glenn. Danzel Barrett, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Chubb, Mason, Eckler, Cooper. Who's JK? Who the hell's
Dobbins.
JK? Maybe
Dobbins.
One running back, one flex. I don't know either. Got to be JK. Yeah, got to be Dobbins. One running back, one flex.
Eckler's got that intriguing matchup today against the Panthers. I think J.K. Dobbins is in for sure. Going up against the Cardinals defense, there ain't no way. Nick Chubb, we don't know what we're going to see from him. I'm going to wait. I want to see what he does on the field before I'm comfortable putting him in. Amari Cooper,
is this the standard PPR half?
Let's just assume half PPR.
Half.
It kind of splits the difference. Amari Cooper, if you have to start him, I understand. I'm not going to go out of my way to do it. Just similar line of thinking with Nick Chubb. I want to see what happens on the field first. And if I can afford to give him a week to just kind of learn and not have to sweat him in my lineup, I'm cool with that. That brings it down to Mason or Eckler. And what are you thinking there, Kyle?
Volume tells me Mason.
Yeah, he did go for 100 against the Vikings. So, yeah, I agree with that too.
J.K. Dobbins and Mason.
Oh, let's see here. Yeah, Dobbins and Mason. Good luck, Denzel.
John Santos, what's up? Addison, Hunt, Ayuk, Downs, full PPR. Pick a couple. Ooh. I like Addison.
Addison's in for sure.
Yep, definitely.
Hunt, Ayuk, Downs. Downs is out for sure for me.
Yep.
So now we got Hunt or Ayuk. Hunt doesn't really get much in the passing game there. That's more of Samaje Perine filling that role, but he will get probably a decent amount of volume. I think with this one, it comes down to who do you think is going to win this game? If you think San Francisco is going to win, chances are Ayuk plays a pretty good role in that happening. If you think Kansas City wins, I think Kareem Hunt is going to have a pretty damn good role in that happening. And, if they're up late, he's out there to try and ice the game.
Yeah. For me, it's Addison and Hunt for me. Ayuk's just not looked the same. And I think it's a Debo game. I definitely don't think it's an Ayuk game.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. Sean, what's up, gentlemen? Tracy or Whittington in a full PPR? I like Jonathan Tracy. Well, shit, man. I wonder how many touches he's going to get. Because if he only gets 8 or 9, man, that's going to be rough.
It
That's really
is.
scraping it. That's really scraping it there.
But do you think Whittington is going to have 8 or 9 catches?
No,
So
no,
I
I do
think we
not.
can both agree that Tyrone Tracy is going to have more volume.
Yep.
Um, Whittington, if I remember right, like he's been getting a good amount of targets though.
He had 10
Um,
last week and the 8 before that. Well, they were
so
on bye. 10 in week
sure.
5, 8 in week 4. He had been dealing with a shoulder injury this week. He is trending to play, which he's going to be in the late slate, I do believe. Yep,
Yep.
4:05. When do the Giants play?
They play the Eagles at 1:00.
Oh, so you need to make a decision now. That's tough.
Yes.
I'm going with Tracy.
I think I am too. I think he's done enough with Devin Singletary out where he's earned a role. I think that role might be somewhere in that 10 to 12 touch range. Remember, he is a converted wide receiver. He converted his senior year or his last year at Purdue to running back. So he does have those pass catching chops as well. Good luck, Sean.
Denzel's back. Gino or
Darnold.
Yep. I'm going with Darnold.
Yep. Give me the guy at home. I'm going with Sam Darnold.
Yep, he's looked good. Lions defense is definitely one you can take an advantage through the air. Eric Anders, welcome back to the show. 12-team half PPR. Let's do one question at a time. Goff or Goff or Cousins at QB. He has St. Brown, Gibbs, and Laporta in his lineup. Wow, he's doing the Kyle.
Yeah, he believes in that Lions team. Guess what? So do we.
Does. Well, so do we. Yeah. Man, I love that. I'm starting Goff.
Yeah, I think at that point, it's fuck it, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yep. It seems that you've already committed, so that's the right answer. At PPR, Waddle or Chubb at flex. Fuck, man. I'm at this point. Give me Chubb. It's just I can't wait till Tua comes back next week. It sounds like he's gonna, but this week I gotta go with Chubb. What are they gonna do? Waddle have to get real damn lucky.
Yeah, I think so too. Give me Chubb. Even if he only ends up with 10 carries, you never know. Maybe he's going to likely take over the goal line work. At least maybe he falls into the end zone.
Yep, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Sean's got a question. How much attention do you guys give to app projections? I don't really give shit.
Yeah. I mean, the projections are only as good as the people that put them together, and projections are different across every single site. At the end of the day, like I do, my own research, obviously through the week, and sometimes it's just a go with your gut.
It is. It definitely is, and we all have access to the same information, the same data, so to speak, and it's rough. And I go against what projections say all the time, and I'll take risks. Especially if I'm like 1-5, I'm definitely taking a risk.
Now, one thing I will say, Sean, a lot of times in fantasy football, or in any other contest like that, the best way to ensure you don't win is to do the same thing as everybody else.
Yep, that's true. Carlos is God. Welcome to the show. Amari, Lockett, or Addison in PPR. I think I'm going Addison again.
Same.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Good luck, Carlos. John Santos, Kraft or McBride? I know you've been on the Kraft train. You still feel that way in this situation?
No, give me Trey McBride. Trey McBride is one of the few elite options at the position.
Definitely. Good luck, John. Casual Connor, Pitts or Njoku in a PPR?
God.
Oh, it's like, okay, this is going to be the game, right? This is going to be the year. This is going to be the season. He's going to do it again.
No,
Give me Pitts just because the offense is better. Cleveland is just Deshaun Watson can't do a damn thing. He can't stay off his ass either. He gets sacked so damn much.
I'm looking at it from the perspective of there are a shit ton of targets that just got vacated with Amari Cooper leaving town. Now that leaves Jerry Judy as your number one. Maybe you're throwing in like Cedric Tillman as your wide receiver too now. I think David Njoku's target share is going to go up. I'm done messing around with Pitts. Never trust people named Kyle. They never come through for you. I'm going with David Njoku.
I love it. It's so rough there.
I mean, I think Pitts is the better player, the better athletic
obviously.
talent. He's in a better overall team context, but just he's third fiddle and he ain't getting a rock much.
Yeah. Good luck, Connor. Full PPR start too. Terry McLaurin, B Rob, or J.K. Dobbins. I think definitely on the Dobbins train as well for this one.
Yeah. I'm going Dobbins and Scary Terry.
Scary Terry.
Yep.
That's what I think as well. I would say using Vegas odds is more, and I would agree. Matt, what was that? I think it was baseball, wasn't it? Where you used some Vegas odds to help with your rookie draft one time? Maybe I'm mixing up my stories.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like
I mean, Vegas odds they're reliable up to a degree, as long as you keep in mind that, the odds that you see aren't necessarily what they think is going to happen. It's to get action on both sides.
Mm-hmm. Bisco, thanks for the sub recently, man. Appreciate that. Welcome back to the show. He has McConkey, Downs, Amari as his options for wide receiver 2 this week. Started Pop Douglas this morning, and it was a flop. I'm sure that happened to a lot of people. But Tank had a great game. What was he, over 100 and a couple tutties? Matt, you said, I think?
Yeah, 26 for like 117 and 2 touchdowns.
So for which one are you going there, Amari, then?
I think McConkey is leading the Chargers in targets. Pretty sure he is. That Cardinals defense is damn soft.
Okay.
The Titans defense, it's improved against the pass year over year. Josh Downs said a couple times, like, I don't trust him with AR in there. I really don't. So it comes down to Amari and McConkey. We talked earlier about somebody asked between Ken Walker and Tony Pollard in the game script, and Tony Pollard possibly getting game scripted out. That same thing could happen to Amari Cooper. If the Bills get up 24-7 or something like that, like, yeah, maybe he gets some reps as just a means of building chemistry, but like, this is a Bills team that likes to run the ball now.
Yes, it is. Brady likes to run the ball.
And we've seen a benefit there. Josh Allen hasn't thrown a pick yet. I'm going to go with Lad McConkey.
Excellent. It's not a bad play. If you need some upside there with that, I think it's a good shot. Good play. John Santos says, thanks, guys. Amazing channel. Have a great Sunday. You guys all as well. Good luck in your matchups. If you haven't, give us a like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Dynasty is my life. Good morning to you as well. Thanks for the sub in the past week. Really appreciate that as well. Hope you guys are having a good morning, afternoon, whatever time it is where you're at. Lucius, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Geno Smith or Burrow today? Ooh,
I'm going Geno. I think there's going to be some points scored in that game down there. I understand, like, it's a road game and it's a long haul for Seattle to come east. At the same time, like, Geno's been slinging it all over the yard. Joe Burrow and that Bengals team, a lot of times it seems like they play down to the level of their competition.
They do. And it seems like this season's a 2 steps forward, 1 step back for them as well from game to game. And I need some more consistency out of that. It's weird we're recommending starting Geno over Joe Burrow, but you got to win, right? And we're trying to give you the best option to do so.
I mean, Geno's like the QB5 on the season.
Yeah, it's doing well. Dynasty's got a question, 12 team, and what do they do? Oh, reward the tight end. Start 2. Andrews, Ladd, Hopkins, B Rob, already in a 20-point deficit since going against BTJ this morning. Man, is he really I going into the season, I was a huge BTJ guy. I had him ranked higher in one of our very early shows. You remember, and I think that you were
Yep.
pretty shocked on that. And I happened to be right. Did I draft him in any team? No, wasn't able to. But anyway,
Way she
so start
goes.
two in that. I like B Rob for sure.
Yep. Andrews, Ladd, or
Um,
DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins is a no
Le-
for me.
Levis is out, so I don't. Yeah, I think Ladd and B Rob.
Yeah.
Is that
I
what you
think
think?
I'm going to go with that too. The tight end premium is enticing, but we've seen this year they're like Mark Andrews is no longer the alpha at tight end there in Baltimore. They're spreading it to him. They're spreading it to Isaiah Likely. And then there's like some third other jabroni there that's getting a few looks as well. It's not the Mark Andrews we're used to, and we've got to understand what the new reality there is. Obviously, the half point tight end premium helps, but I don't think it's going to be enough to offset the production gap between Ladd and Mark Andrews. So I'm going to go with Ladd and Brian Robinson.
Excellent.
Well, what do we got? 4 minutes until kickoff. This is the last call for questions, folks. Anything you got, we're here to help.
Just looking through my teams to make sure nobody pulled a hammy in warm-ups, because
That's a good idea. I've not done that yet.
That screwed me over for Evan Ingram, like in week 2 or whenever that. Yeah, week 2,
It
and I was
was.
pissed. So I just wanted to take a quick perusal and make sure I didn't F myself. But yep, last call for any questions if you got any more. Oh, we got Bisco in the chat there. Goddard versus Hawkinson rest of season, and he has Ingram. I really think Ingram's, man, I really think he's a tight end 1 this year. But for me, I think I will take Hawkinson rest of season once he's active and healthy. Minnesota threw 2 tight ends, so I don't know the numbers, but a ton of times to targets to tight ends over the last couple seasons while Hawk has been there. He was heavily involved in that offense for sure. I expect that to happen as soon as he comes back and gets up to full strength. Goddard, I just don't love anymore.
No, Goddard really is only relevant if AJ Brown or Devonta Smith is out. He's like a handcuff to those 2 receivers. Give me Hawk rest of the season. Casual Connor wants to know who we're rooting for today. This is a Detroit Lions, brother. The Detroit
Lions. Yep, definitely. We are both diehard Lions fans, and always have been. And now that they're, not in the basement anymore, like they have been for pretty much our entire lifetimes, Matt, we're making the most of it.
Hell yes,
yeah,
we are.
Bisco
agrees.
Lions. Oh, good stuff.
Dubo
good
is now
stuff.
outnumbered.
Yep, Dube, you'll have to start recruiting some Vikings fans to come on the show here, get that equaled up a little bit. But hope to see them on Red Zone. Good day. You guys have a great day. We are going to get out of here. We will be back Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, for all the great waiver claims we'll have for you for week 8. Everybody, good luck in your matchups. Have a great day, and stay stoned.